Vice President J.D. Vance will be on Capitol Hill today meeting with his former GOP colleagues in the Senate as the government shutdown enters its fourth week. And as military pay is in jeopardy once again, President Trump telling our troops this morning that he is fighting for them.
I'm also supporting an across-the-board pay raise for every sailor and service member in the United States Armed Forces. Now, if you don't want it, you want to give back to your country, just let us know. We won't give it to you. Is there anybody in that category? Huh? But now, all we really have to do is get the Democrats to approve it. But they'll come along. They always do.
Fox News contributor Liz Peek joins us now. Liz, he's not letting the shutdown shut him down. He's raising morale, raising recruitment, and raising some concern in CCP headquarters, all in that comment there.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought this was a brilliant speech. It was full of life and fun and absolutely emblematic of where Donald Trump is in this presidency. He's having fun. He is out touring the world, doing trade deals. My gosh, when was the last time a president went overseas and came home with a fistful of trade deals or trade agreements or whatever we want to call them? He is out there doing the nation's business. And what is Congress doing? Nothing. Yeah. So I think people are looking at that. His approval ratings have held up extremely well. Congress's are 15%. People are not particularly happy. And yes, they blame Democrats and Republicans almost in equal measure. Everybody's getting tarred by this. And by the way, Democrats are always supposed to be so concerned about what the world thinks of us. What does the world think of America basically sitting on its hands and refusing to move forward with a budgeting process and all kinds of things? That is their job. What really irritates me, that Congress is getting paid. Nobody else is getting paid, but Congress is getting paid.
That's a great point.
Yeah, they should just stop those paychecks right now.
Those are the paychecks that should be stopped,
yeah,
not the military members who have nothing to do with the government shutdown and are fighting for our country. But when it does come to the shutdown, the big news yesterday, the AFGE, the largest federal workers union, just called for an end to the shutdown. That puts pressure on Democrats, doesn't it?
Absolutely, it does. This is their ally. This is 800,000 federal workers, very close to the Democratic Party. And what's really interesting is the Government Employees Union is not just saying open up the government. They're saying let's pass a clean CR. What have Republicans been fighting for? What have Democrats opposed 12 times in a row? A clean CR. I mean, I was actually quite shocked that they came out and said that, because that was like handing a gift to the Republicans. You're right. Get the government open, pass this clean CR, which is, of course, the right thing.
Your insight on what the world thinks of Donald Trump versus our Congress is not just Liz Peek's insight. It is borne out by the markets. Look at this. For a second day in a row, Wall Street's main indices reporting record closing highs ahead of Trump's meeting with Xi Jinping. To me, Liz, it seems like the market loves what Trump is doing overseas, what he's about to do overseas on the one hand, and could not care less that the government is shut down.
Yeah, no, I think until there is more pain felt by the American public, November 1, the SNAP payments stop. That's 42 million Americans, I think, getting those payments. Air traffic gets disrupted. That could actually begin to impact the economy. Otherwise, the market is really completely indifferent to that. What they are very interested in is obviously moving forward with some sort of rapprochement with China. If we can put off, which is what the deal sounds like, the banning of rare earth exports from China. In other words, let's have a longer runway to get our own rare earths in place, or agreements with Malaysia or Australia or whatever. That's very good news. And obviously, a 100% tariff that Trump imposed on China in response to their ban on rare earth exports. That's not an easy thing to say, by the way.
But you nailed it.
Yeah, exactly. That is something that the market wanted to get rid of. Yeah. That's very destructive, and nobody wants that to go forward. Lots of good stuff coming out of this trip.
Right? Yeah, the president signed another rare earth deal with Japan earlier today as well.
And,
so
yeah,
racking them up.
Big alliance there with Japan. And what is he doing also? Ring fencing China. Yep. The whole idea for years has been pivot to Asia. He has pivoted to Asia in a very constructive way.
Yes, he has. All right, all ahead of his meeting with Xi Jinping on Thursday. Liz, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much,
Thanks for having me.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.